The Unseen Tenant, a true horror story. Ravi had just moved to a new apartment in Mumbai. It was a great deal, spacious, affordable, and surprisingly underpriced for the area. The landlord, an old man with tired eyes, handed him the keys without much conversation. As Ravi stepped inside, he felt a strange chill in the air, but he shrugged it off. It was just his imagination, right? That night, as he was unpacking, he heard faint whispers coming from the next room. He froze. The apartment was supposed to be empty. Slowly, he walked toward the sound, his heart pounding. He swung the door open. Nothing. Just empty space. Maybe the neighbors? He convinced himself and went back to his work. But the whispers continued. Every night. Sometimes they were soft, like a hushed conversation. Other times they grew urgent, almost angry. One night, he recorded the sound on his phone and played it back the next morning. What he heard made his blood run cold. A weak, trembling voice whispered, "Leave before he comes." Goosebumps rose on Ravi's skin. Who was talking? And who was he? He decided to ask the landlord. The old man's face turned pale. "You shouldn't have stayed this long," he muttered. Then, in a whisper, he said, "The last tenant, he never left." Ravi's breath hitched. "What do you mean?" The landlord hesitated. Then he told him. The last man who lived there had disappeared without a trace. His belongings remained, the rent unpaid, but he was gone. No signs of forced entry, no explanation. The police searched, but he was never found. That night, Ravi couldn't sleep. Every shadow in the room seemed too dark, every creak of the floor too loud. As he lay in bed, he felt something shift at the foot of his mattress. Slowly he looked down. There, in the dim light, a figure crouched near his bed. Pale, thin, with hollow eyes staring right at him. Ravi screamed. The figure crawled closer, whispering in a ragged voice. "He is coming for you too." The next morning, Ravi packed his bags and left without looking back. He didn't care about the deposit. He didn't care about the amazing deal. He just knew one thing. He wasn't going to be the next tenant to disappear. Do you believe in haunted apartments? Let us know in the comments. And if you love true horror stories, subscribe for more chilling tales.